Well, why don't you look up one of your favorite scriptures to read?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm able to drink my tea and I have to find a piece of paper. Now, what do I do with that? I hope I brought my guided meditation. If I didn't, I can wing it.
I hope you look at that later.
Yeah.
Apparently I did not.
If I ever get unable to connect to the internet.
Look,
I said, I just,
got the song.
how do you do it if you don't get the internet?
And you said,
You get it first.
Hey, well, I don't have that.
At least I know that. They have free Wi-Fi.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so you guys, take a sip of my tea and we'll get started.
No, it's not working. I'm gonna find the song for you.
Cool. So if you'll join me in the opening words, we can get this meeting started.
Can I see it from oh, here it is.
In our differences, we may feel separate, yet we are connected. In our illness, we may feel broken, yet we are whole. In our isolation, we may feel forgotten, yet we are loved. In our disability, we may feel impoverished, yet we have much to give. And so we gather here to remember and celebrate the divine source who loves us and makes us whole, and to offer each other support and encouragement. So, because Norma picked out hymns for us, this is good. This is good. This is what I like. You know, everybody kind of making it work.
I've been meaning to do this and I hadn't done it, so, and you prompted me by your email.
Especially since Iris doesn't know most of the hymns, we can sing the hymns now. I mean, we can sing them badly without her, but we can sing them. So,
Well, which
so number 539. Won't you let me be your servant?
Yeah. I used to have to plan meetings for Chisholm, and I always use these two songs.
Oh, cool. Okay. Won't you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. We are pilgrims on a journey. We are travelers on the road. We are here to help each other go the mile and bear the load. I will hold the Christ light for you in the shadow of your fear. I will hold my hand out to you, speak the peace you long to hear. I will weep when you are weeping. weeping. When you laugh, I'll laugh with you. I will share your joy and sorrow till we've seen this journey through. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we've known together, of Christ's love and agony.
And then you sing one over again.
Do let me be your servant, let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let me be my servant too. We do good. I just like to stick it in the net well. The next one's going to be 423. So, and I can't leave that in there as a bookmark. I need it. Okay, so no, we're going, now it's readings. Now we go to readings. Why don't I read mine and then you'll read yours and then we can discuss if we want. Okay, there are two, let's see. Okay, there's a long discussion. I don't want to read the whole thing. I want to, let's see if I can find something that summarizes about the people of Loretto, Pennsylvania. I can just tell you about the people of Loretto, Pennsylvania, and then I can read part of this. I think they studied these people because they didn't get sick. They didn't get the heart disease and the cancer that most Americans got. It was these people from Italy, from a community in Italy who had come to the U.S. together and established this town called Loretto in Pennsylvania. And they ate like typical American food. They smoked, they drank excessively, and yet they didn't get sick. And when they studied them, what they found was that, and they were sedentary. Okay, so here, let me just further, the Italian Americans in Roseville weren't physically fit. In fact, most smoked and remained sedentary, and many were obese. So what else might explain the disparity? Dr. Wolf suspected genetics. He suspected they might have inherited some disease-protective genes, so he tracked down other immigrants originating from Roseville, Valfortore, who lived elsewhere in the United States to see if they were as healthy as their Pennsylvania cousins. But those who originated from the same village but were scattered about the United States were no more healthy than average. Genetics couldn't explain it. Okay, so then they evaluated the geography and the air quality and the water quality and how good the medical care was. Dr. Wolf finally realized that if it wasn't their diet or their geography or their genes or the quality of their health care, there must be something disease protective about Roseville itself. He concluded that a supportive, tight-knit community was a better predictor of heart health than cholesterol levels or tobacco use. Yeah. And then it said after he completed the study, the community life began to disintegrate because the children moved away, out of the town and out of the multi-generational houses, and then their health quality deteriorated to match the rest of society. So that is one of the reasons for Journey of Hope is that people with disabilities and chronic conditions, we tend to be isolated, and we're really in need of some supportive communities. So that's a reason. and after talking to a couple people today, I think one of them is a chaplain who took a brochure, and another real friendly person who took a brochure. And we're gonna grow, and I hope not too quickly, but I want to grow. Quickly enough, but not that we lose the supportiveness of the group, if you know what I mean. So I have faith. I have faith in us. We have the best people in this group. We really do. So, and then there's another thing about spiritual community and health.
Do you know where that community is?
Roseville, Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania somewhere.
If we ever get this working. Well,
Yeah.
Jim might know since he's a native.
No, but I thought I heard of that on the radio this past week. There's a prison there? Is there a prison?
I don't think so.
I heard about inmates in a prison. It's either in the coal regions or in Pittsburgh area.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So I'm going to pick out some paragraphs out of the spiritual community and health that individuals who attend religious services regularly live 7.5 years longer, almost 14 years longer for African Americans, than those who never or rarely attend religious gatherings. People who are part of a spiritual community have been shown to have lower blood pressure and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, lower rates of depression and suicide, lower rates of substance abuse, and stronger immune systems. So, and it's not just the, there's community components, but we know that church communities aren't always particularly supportive. It can be kind of overwhelming and kind of cliquish. But when you can find a good community, it can be very helpful.
Well, and this is why many of the churches who are growing have small groups as a part of their basic ministry and expectation of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So and it had the community effect has to do somewhat with what they call the relaxation response, that when we're supported, we can relax. So, but in addition to the relaxation responses induced by supportive community, faith in a higher power may also induce positive emotions, which counteract stress and contribute to the state of physiological rest necessary for the body to repair itself. People with faith in a higher power are also likely to experience better health because they are better able to find meaning in the face of loss or trauma. So there you have it. And this is all based on scientific studies. And it's very interesting. She's I listened as a part of my health coaching training. I listened to a lecture by her, an hour-long lecture, and it was just fascinating. Mind over medicine, scientific proof that you can heal yourself.
You also
Been on PBS.
Probably. But you can take a look at that but you should move on with readings.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my cheat sheet for the meditation. Oh, Norma, you're on with your favorite readings.
This is from Susan's email to bring favorite scriptures. So
Or readings in general. Pat always brings poetry and yeah, you always can.
I have one to bring next time if you want it. I made a note of that.
Okay, always can, and we're scheduled to meet here the second Thursday, like for a couple months more. So, yeah.
Okay, this is 2 Corinthians. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our afflictions, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any affliction, with the comfort with which we ourselves are comforted by God. For as we share abundantly in Christ's sufferings, so through Christ we share abundantly in comfort too. If we are afflicted, it is for your comfort, and if we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which you experience when you patiently endure the same sufferings. Our hope for you is unshaken, for we know that as you share in our sufferings, you will also share in our comfort. And the next one is Philippians 4, verse 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let all people know your forbearance. The Lord is at hand. Have no anxiety about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will keep your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is gracious, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me do, and the God of peace will be with you.
What is that, Philippians?
Philippians 4. It's kind of the whole chapter, but starting with verse 4. That's been a very important one for me over the years.
So true, to focus on the good things.
I thought, as I was reading this, I thought, well, if we did all of that, we wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Honorable, just, pure, lovely, gracious, worthy of praise.
We used to sing that seminary choir.
What, this song?
Yeah. Well, look at the words to that.
Yeah, do you know it?
Let's start again.
Whatever is pure, lovely.
No, it started before that.
Oh, rejoice in the Lord always.
I know a song that it ends with "Think on these things," but I don't know where I know that from or where's it.
Versions.
Hmm.
Did you have the
No, that's all.
What was the first reading?
Oh, rejoice, give thanks, and sing. Maybe that's it. No. What did you think?
There's probably a scripture index in the back.
Philippians 4:4. You started.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah,
Scripture.
I
Thought there are.
think.
55, 71, and 303. It says, and then
was the one that rejoice, give thanks, and sing, but it's.
And then 506 is like verses 6 and 7, and
Wow.
there's a bunch of them.
What was the first one, Steph?
Philippians 4, 55, 71, and 303.
That's the Lord friend we have with Jesus.
Oh, that's a good one. Rejoice. Again, it's rejoice, you pure in heart. The other one is rejoice, give thanks, and sing.
Mm-hmm.
I've only remembered one more than the last.
Difference between those two. That's such a good reading, though. And it's just so true. It's like if you're focusing on the bad stuff all the time, it just drags you down. But if you're thinking about the beautiful things in the world and, God's creation, which is just so amazing, and, drive the...
And so we need to remind each other of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, community, being in community helps that a lot.
Yes.
That they're too much alone or together.
In a supportive,
Yes, I know.
You can be in a group, but in a supportive community.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're too much with your husband, sometimes it becomes harder.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Keep looking those up, but yeah, true. Or if you're with your husband all the time and he never ever listens to you when you're talking, that can be too much too. I'm married to one of those. Hey, listen to me.
No, I don't have a husband.
I should say spouse.
Spouse. Yes, yes.
Actually, the reading that I would like to bring next time is one that Philip wrote in college, so I have to ask him first if it's all right for me to read from it. It relates to the readings I read today.
Should I call him? I mean, I don't want to bother people, if they don't want to come, but I can give them a call and, just invite them. And really, I'm thinking if we had, if Jim could call, say, Roger or Dan, and just kind of...
Shift the blame.
Well, shift it around.
It just shows that a number of people are
Mm-hmm.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
I didn't bring a reading, but I knew that I had this with me, so maybe I'll share this. This is my mother's obituary.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure.
So I can't probably remember the slide, but I'll just pass it around instead of reading it. This will be my reading to share.
Should somebody else read it?
I don't know that I want it read over.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That'll be my reading to share.
They are very helpful.
You can read it later when we turn off the microphone too. We just turn it when we shut down the Hangouts. You can read it to us, maybe, or you can just read it.
I don't know if it mentions New Freedom in there or not. New Freedom is in my dad's obituary.
St. Patrick's Church.
Yep.
Jim used to go there. Tom.
Where did she live? See?
50 years. Over.
My dad's obituary was about twice that length. And I had it in the same folder, but I found I took it out because I've been doing some for the systems.
Maybe you don't know or don't remember that we came from York here, which is where the funeral was.
And
Oh,
so she knows that
Okay.
when you talk about York County, though, it covers a multitude of small little towns,
She lived in New Freedom, like, or nearby New Freedom, which we had nurses for.
Close to the,
My dad was born and raised there, and that's where they were married.
Explain what New Freedom name is.
well, it's right in the Mason Dictionary. Slaves.
Okay. That's why the name New.
I'm glad someone else understands it. Usually I'm the one that ends up explaining it.
Which is probably on the Underground Railroad.
Absolutely.
And in fact, right on Market Street, we're digressing here, on Market Street, which is the main street in York, there's a lot of row houses there. And one of the row houses, the woman was on our board of directors. In her basement was an Underground Railroad stop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty close.
As was the one in Maine.
Yeah, that was
We
supposed to be.
lived on the street in Maine, and 3 houses down, there was a stop on the Underground
I didn't
Railroad.
know what that for work.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. What is that doing up here in Maine, near the Canadian border? But I guess that's why
Yeah.
people went on to Canada.
Oh, that's nice.
My dad's gives so much more background. I don't know. He must have had this planned way in advance or something. And so this was, I think, something that my siblings put together maybe a week prior. Well, maybe not much more than a week prior to. So there's some things I would have changed about it, but it is what it is.
That's why I've been reading quite a bit about legacy, writing your
Yeah.
legacy and passing on what you want passed on. In fact, at Pat's home, senior housing tonight, there is such a session that they're going to be having a talk about it. It's a good time for a witness.
Thompson Business School, is that where Carolyn?
No, that was in Zanesville.
And then my mom was, she was, I guess what you would almost consider today paralegal type of an individual to attorney advocate who later became a judge there in the area. So I guess those are the judgmental cheats I have in me.
Which reminds me, we religion judge.
Gross.
House. Where is it on that?
Building
He was,
1888.
quote, famous for being the judge in the case of the
Hex.
Hex trial, so-called Hex
Have
trial,
signs, yeah.
where this young man killed a so-called witch.
No.
In Southern York.
Going back to the community, it just reminds me of how connected we are, because I first met Susan in Columbus, Ohio, at a United Church of Christ conference related to mental illness and disabilities. The disabilities ministries of the United Church of Christ.
And you were both from Minnesota at the time.
Yeah, so we sit there together, and it's like, oh, and where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you? Manamini. That's 4 miles away.
Yeah, and ours is that from White Bear Lake. Oh, wow. And then I say,
Through here, you know, that I intimately know New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Out here in Minnesota.
Read my dad's obituary the next time.
Yes. So that's how the Lord puts us together.
We could look it up.
That's true. That's how
Now it has your name as Susan in here.
And my middle name is Suzanne. That's where the Suzanne.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a story behind all that too, because my name comes from Quebec, Canada. When you're talking about Canadian, so that is in French. That is my name.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's That's where my parents spent their honeymoon, was in Niagara Falls, Canada, and my mom went to the Quebec, Canada. The city of Quebec, the province of Quebec.
Yeah. We should probably move on to meditation time, I think. Let's see, and then after that, we do the singing. Okay, so the meditation today is a healing meditation, but it's going to involve mentally calling up an object, something that's really beautiful for you. I'm probably going to use a rose myself, but you're going to mentally call up some kind of object, and I'm just going to describe it so you know kind of how this works. So you study it in detail, you notice the texture and the color, and does it make any sounds? Imagine touching it. What does it feel like? And then, does it smell wonderful? Everything you can think of about an object. And then I'm going to ask you to describe the object in positive words. Every detail, just mentally. And then after that, I'm going to have you call upon positive emotions. So we're going to get the whole, body, mind, emotion involved in this, and then we will go into a short guided healing meditation. So let me. Well, I was gonna do the singing bowl to start us, but I didn't. But yeah, I'll end with that. So first, if everyone could close your eyes and get comfortable and take a few good deep breaths. And now imagine an object that to you is beautiful and makes you happy. See the object, touch it, smell it, notice details. Now in your mind, use positive words to describe the object in detail. How does being with this object make you feel? Call up positive emotions about it. And now I want you to imagine in the center of your being that there is healing light and love. And that this healing light and love can bring healing and warmth to the parts of your body that cause you problems. Send the healing light and warmth to these parts and feel the warmth of healing in you. Now imagine that the light is growing bigger and bigger until all of you is filled with this healing light and warmth. Now imagine sending this light to others in need of healing. There is so much light, there is enough to go around. Send it to those you know who need healing. And now just relax in the warmth and the light and the healing love of God. And then when I ding the bell, you can come back to this room. So now, I can sing hymn 423, Great is Your Faithfulness. Not sure of where to start this one. Do you want to start it? Anybody else?
Great
Is your faithfulness, O God, Creator. With you no shadow of turning we see. You do not change, O compassions, they fail not. All of your goodness forever will be. Great is your faithfulness, great is your faithfulness. Morning and morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hand has provided. Great is your faithfulness, God, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifoldness to your great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is your faithfulness, great is your faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hand hath provided. Great is your faithfulness, God, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace so enduring, your own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings are mine with 10,000 beside. Great is your faithfulness, great is your faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, your hand has provided. Great is your faithfulness, God, unto me. And now is the time when we speak our prayer requests.
Well, I need to take to heart Philippians 4 because I have a lot of anxiety about financial matters.
I would certainly like to offer prayers for both Pat and for Kate, that they get feeling better quickly. And for myself in my journey toward dentures here, with having teeth pulled and needing more teeth pulled. So for speedy healing and creative ways to eat a soft diet.
Ditto. pray for Philip. The last, actually, almost a matter of weeks, he's had a lot of changes in his services, I guess you'd say. His psychiatrist became private practice, who no longer accepts Medicare, Medicaid, and she's still seeing him, and we're managing. And then last 2 weeks ago, he had I guess he had an appointment, and she had thought of a doctor to refer him to. So we called. She wasn't taking any new patients. That was one. And then he's on something called the CADDY program, Community Alternatives for Disabled Individuals. And the wonderful worker that he's had for a number of years, actually, has changed to a new person. And I mean, all these people are interesting, that there are so many people. And the third one is the UCare Connect insurance that is the Medicaid insurance for him. They have something called a navigator. And she left and a new person came. And then he got a letter saying that services might be changing for people in the CADDY program, which brought him a lot of anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
He's meeting all of us, Mary, his sister comes too. So all of those folks, except the doctor, are meeting tomorrow morning. So pray that that goes well. Give thanks that we recovered from the flu without complications, because we're in that group called the elderly, who are most at risk along with the infants. Along with that, I might pray that parents who think they shouldn't get their children vaccinated with measles would actually get vaccinated.
I finally went and got my flu shot. For all the good it's doing this year, but yeah, I did.
Good.
But I had to insist, I insisted on the non-mercury version because I already have significant mercury toxicity.
Oh, is that right?
So, no more, thank you.
My daughter had a mercury complication with her first child.
Ooh.
She got something called HELLP syndrome, HELLP, and it had something to do with high mercury.
Huh.
So we need lots of mind over medicine.
Yeah. And thinking on the positive things. Yeah. If there are no more requests, then join me in the response. May we be blessed with joy. May we be blessed with light. May we be blessed with peace. And then the closing. Loving God, we thank you for this time together and for each one gathered here. Bless us as we continue our journey of hope in the world. Then join me in singing hymn number 495, called as Partners.
very well remember.
Call them up. There's partners in Christ.
Call as
Partners in Christ's service.
Come
To ministries of grace, we respond with deep commitment, fresh new lines of faith to trace. May we learn the art of sharing, side by side and friend with friend, equal partners in our caring to fulfill God's chosen end. Christ's example, Christ inspiring, Christ's clear call to work and work. Let us follow, never faltering, reconciling folk on earth. Men and women, rich or poorer, all God's people, young and old, blending human skills together, gracious gifts from God unfold. Those new patterns for Christ's mission in a small or global sense. Help us bear each other's burdens, breaking down each wall or fence. Words of comfort, words of vision, words of challenge said with care. Bring new power and strength for action. Make us colleagues free and fair. So God grant us for tomorrow ways to order human life, that surround each person's sorrow with the calm that conquers strife. Make us partners in our living, our compassion to increase. Messengers of faith thus giving, hope and confidence and peace.
Amen.
I
I'll turn
got-
off the Hangout.
It's interesting to see, but it says below, one, Jane Parker Hughes